Battle Tribe. For awesome stickers, patches, t-shirts, art, and more, check out our Etsy store, Battle Tribe. From Battle Tribe Wargaming, it's 1969 and Vietnam's secret war rages on. Just over the border in Cambodia is the Red Jungle. A top secret and unknown portal has opened up into another dimension. Special force units and mercenary teams enter the portal to plunder its riches and otherworldly alien technology. Amidst the Red Jungle, a land brimming with horror and terror beyond all imagination, these elite squads will battle it out for dominance, supremacy, and a chance to harvest the dark powers of this alternate reality. Who will survive this nightmarish dimension? You take command and find out. Red Jungle, coming soon to Kickstarter.
Welcome back to the channel. So, excuse me for my coughing, all this stuff, unprofessionalism, everything like that. Got 10,000 projects going on at once. You can hear my 3D printer. So it's over there making buildings for World War II. Always got a project going on here. Sorry about the dizziness. Got my cup of coffee, everything. So Red Jungle coming this spring. I'm gonna do the Kickstarter. So the Kickstarter on my end is gonna be for the rule set, and stay tuned for the details. But it's a Vietnam Weird War skirmish game. So you're gonna be able to use any miniatures you want. It's like miniatures agnostics. So right now there's gonna be 4 factions. It's gonna be the Americans, MAC V SOG. There's gonna be Russian Spetsnaz. There's gonna be the Viet Cong, and there's gonna be mercenaries. And then later on, we're teasing, there's gonna be an alien faction that comes in there. So I just got my good friend over at Austin Miniatures. Check him out on Instagram and his website. He's got some awesome modern miniatures, but he just sent over the prototypes of the new friggin' what do you call it, MAC V SOG guys. So he's gonna be running alongside my Kickstarter a Kickstarter for his miniatures. So I believe the plan as of right now is going to be hard plastics, but these are the really cool digitally sculpted prototypes of some of the guys. So these are the MAC V SOG guys, and so it's a weird war setting, so they're not, so they got a little bit of a little fantasy element in. I'll give you an example. So this guy, let me see. So we'll first go over the body, but yeah, anyway, let me see. Yeah. So you could see, get this in the focus. Yeah, there you go. Guy's got a mohawk and a cigar. So I don't know that many MAC V SOG guys that are running with that, but it's a fantasy game. Weird War, you can do anything you want, but you could see, there you go. Really cool sculpts. And he went for that heroic like 28, 30 millimeter kind of look. But these are great for regular modern too, man. Regular modern war, Vietnam gaming. They're gonna be multi-parts. Really cool. Got a boonie hat, so it's the same hat with a cigar. Really kick-ass. And then you got a rucksack. These MAC V SOG guys are dropped off into Cambodia and to do secret missions. And then little do they know that they go on missions into the Red Jungle, which is a portal that opened up into another dimension of a warped time and reality that was caused by mysterious circumstances. So here you go. You can see you got a cut down RPD. So you got a Soviet machine gun there, and then you got the M60. Really kick-ass. I like how he went with, some of my favorite miniatures on the market right now are the bolt action World War II miniatures from Warlord Games, and they do the same thing, like 2 hands on a gun. So you're not worried about, what do you call it? You're not worried about having to make sure the front hand is pulled in it perfectly. So actually, he might have some of the miniatures in the set. We'll see. I just got these in the mail, but it's just nice and simple. But I'm definitely gonna do an M60 guy. I'm definitely do an RPD. So here's another guy. This guy, I believe, has a chest rig on. So today we are going to build and paint. So I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of this. He's been painting his. Me and him have been going back and forth over text. But he's been doing some really beautiful jobs. So hopefully I can come close. So this guy's cool. MAC V SOG guys would wear different types of equipment catered to the mission specifics. So this guy's got canteens, he's got all stuff, but he's wearing a load-bearing vest that the Viet Cong, the NVA, or the PANV, I believe, PAV, would wear. So if there's weapons and equipment that the enemy soldiers of the MAC V SOG were wearing, sometimes they would wear them too. So this guy's got a screaming head. So really kick ass. He's got a boonie too. Can never ever get enough boonies. So, and this guy is carrying, which appears to be a German MP40. So I could be right, I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. So this could definitely be a a World War II weapon that fell into the hands of the NVA that the MAC V SOG guys picked up and are using. So, and this, I forget what type of, forgive me, but this is some kind of silenced submachine gun. But another cool dude. Now let's take a look at this one. Man, Austin Miniatures knocked it out of the friggin' park. Another guy, he's got magazines, pouches everywhere. Really cool. He's gonna be thirsty out there in the jungle, in the red jungle. So he's got 2 canteens. Got another backpack. What weapons do we got here? The trusty Car 15, really kick ass. So, little badass. We got this. We got here, whoop, another cut down RPD. Don't leave with a drum, circle drum. Can't leave home without that. Very cool. And then let's see what masks we got. Very cool. He's wearing a bandana over his head. Pretty cool. And then the same head wearing a boonie hat. And it continues. Let's see. Let's find the guy I really want to see. There's like one dude that's in here. Here we go. So on these missions, I don't believe they actually. I don't know if they did, but in the fantasy world, I know CIA worked alongside them. I don't know if they went out in the field with them, CIA operatives or spooks, but we did a spook. It's gonna be a special character that you can take in their squads of Red Jungle. So pretty much you got the same. He's got the high boots, really kick ass. He's got that pouches forever. He has a Car 15. And I keep this for close encounters, a Mossberg shotgun. Actually, I don't know if they had Mossberg back then, but it's got a shotgun. Got the backpack. He's got a machete. Put that machete alongside the his rucksack, and then really kick. Oh, that's cool. He's got the very William Dafoe platoon looking head with a bandana and his hair parted. That's really cool. And then this guy, here we go. Here's the CIA spook with his mustache. So really kick ass. So I'll show quickly the artwork I actually did for this guy. So I'm gonna put the RPD in his hands, make him badass. But the intelligence guy is gonna have access to some knowledge, so I'll be able to give your squad benefits on the battlefield and maybe be able to call in an airstrike or something else due to the intel that the CIA get on different ground operations, and since they're using like spy planes and stuff like that. But a CIA guy, but it's really cool to see how the artwork, his sculptor did the artwork, and his sculptor was one of the lead sculptors on what do you call it, Trench Crusade. An amazing Kickstarter. Really cool to see how that went. I think it raised $4 million. This shows you how the hobby's alive and they're looking for new stuff. So, but yeah, that was a CIA operative. Here's another guy running. I like this one. This is a backpack. with a machete on top. What weapons do we got here? Another car, very cool. Another car, a little front grip. So once again, took some liberties. I don't know if they had front grips in the late 60s, early 70s when MAC V SOG was doing their operations, but it's a fantasy game, so we get away with a little bit. We got smoke grenades. Another bandana, boonie hat. This guy, he looks like the guy from I think Sergeant Hines, could be right, could be wrong, from Black Ops, Call of Duty. He's got a goatee. So really kick-ass, dude. Some awesome heads. I'm a huge Catachan fan, so these guys are up my alley. Another smoke grenade. So car 15, but yeah, so this is one-handed, and then we got this guy. You could do him holding the grenade. I'm actually gonna probably make him tossing the smoke grenade. That is friggin' cool. So, and then last but not least, 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's the 6th guy. So MAC V SOG teams will be able to have, up to 10 guys in their squad when you're writing up your list. So remember to join the Facebook group. There's another two-handed, got extra magazine taped on there. Just remember there's a Facebook group that we started. So it's, it's in its infancy, but we're gonna have a lot more content coming. More bodies. Got a machete hand. Pretty cool. Look at this. We got the radio. Man, really important when you're out there in the jungle, especially all the crazy, evil, and alien stuff we got there. Now we got like different heads. We got this guy's kind of almost lost it. Guy's got a beard head, really kick ass. Bearded head. Beard, same guy with a boonie hat. And then what's this guy? The guy, he's got the bandana going on, really kick ass. Loving it. And then we got Colt 45. Get you every time. So really cool. So we'll be back, and I'm gonna start putting these guys together, and then I'll be back and I'll show you what they look like, and that'll be the next step. We'll put them together, we'll start painting them, prime them, and then start painting them. But Red Jungle, man, it's looking really cool. Thanks again, Awesome Miniatures. All right, these fake Games Workshop bases. I'm gonna use these because I do like the flat ones, but I want to be able to write names on them. So I like to have that little lip. Got my hobby hands, man. Oh. Crazy. So I'm gonna get 6 bases. Get these on Amazon. It's like, I think it's like 100 bases for like $8. So not bad. They're pretty much almost the same. These 25mm. So let's see here. For these miniatures, I'm gonna be using Zap-A-Gap. It's my favorite super glue on the planet. So let's see what we got. We're gonna do first. We are going to do the CIA guy. So actually, you know what we'll do is we'll start by doing all the bases, putting gluing the main body on. I don't know the resin, how well it's gonna stick, because resins, there's all like variations and stuff. I use super glue, so I don't think you can really use anything else, but plastic glues don't really. So I'm just making sure I got this. All right, so I kind of got them grouped how I want them. So we're gonna keep them spread out. So let's see here. All right, CIA guy. Give him some glue. Down, see, zoom in a little bit. The running guy, he's gonna be have to come back to him. Got the M60 guy. I'm actually going to do a do the Zenith way of painting them with primal black and dust them. This guy. So I'm pretty much going to arm them. Got 6 dudes. I'm going to do the one with the M60. I have to do the CI guy with the chop down RPD. And one guy with submachine gun and the other 2 guys with cars. That's going to be my... Here my 3D printer going crazy. Ugh. Just gotta hold this down. All right, I'll be back when I have a little more done. Stay tuned. All right, so let's see. We got so we got smoke grenade throwing guy all put together. I'm actually going to texture the base before I prime him. He's going to be Sergeant Hines. So I did a little green stuff, gave him a little kind of like a baklava look. So Sergeant Hines, I believe Sergeant Hines. I don't know if he's from Black Ops, or Ode Studios, Neil Blomkamp's little company. He made it's very reminiscent of what I'm doing with Red Jungle, but I think it was I forget the name of it. Fire Team, I think it was. It's a really cool YouTube video, but it has the vibes that Red Jungle has at Supernatural. But the main character, I think it was Sergeant Hines. I think it's from Firebase, but really kick ass. This guy's M4. His car 15. Then I got this guy. So this guy's great. He reminds me of I tried to go for John Stryker Meyer, the famous real life MAC V SOG legend. Just Google him and you'll be like, your mind will be blown. Got the 60 gunner. So I went with the boonie hat with the cigar. Thought that'd be kind of cool. So MAC V SOG wouldn't really be smoking cigars. They were trying to hide the cigar. It would be picked up quickly by sentries and dogs. And I got this guy, really cool. This is the William Dafoe head, I believe, from Platoon. So he's got his little silenced SMG. So there was only 5 rucksacks, so this guy, I didn't give rucksack because he's got to be light. He's sneaking in. So he dropped his ruck and he's sneaking in to kill sentries. Cool. And then my CIA guy, my spook with his cut down RPD. So I gave him the radio. So if a CIA guy, like, I don't know 1,000% about all this stuff, but in the fantasy world, in the real world, I don't think the CIA guy would have the radio. I'd be a guy more on the team, but I gave the radio to him because in Fantasyland, he's going to be able to call back because he's got intel. And it's not just good enough for them to go in. They need to send the agent in to see what's up in the Red Jungle. But so extra green stuff I had, because I did the necks and the arms, I reposed them a little bit, so I used a little green stuff like I always do with Zap-A-Gap. But really cool. So I think that's it. So I got Smoke Grenade guy, got Sergeant Hines, my Stryker Meyer. So 6-man team. So we'll be back. I'm gonna prime these guys, throw some texture on them. So I'm throwing some texture on them. Usually you put this on after you're done painting them, but I'm gonna put it on before because I kind of want to prime them. So just have the texture on there because I'm gonna add a lot of bushes, so it doesn't really matter. But so I'm just gently with an old disgusting brush putting it on there. Just tapping it in. Try not to get too much on the miniature, but like once again, like if it gets a little on there, it's no big deal. No big deal. So cool. All right, for these guys, so I did the Zenith highlight. So I sprayed them all black up and down, left, right, and then I just dusted them top with white. So I'm gonna start. I don't have a it's like a Catachan green, like an army green contrast paint on hands, but I do have Castellan green. So I actually have the old air. This is kind of good. It's a airbrush paint version of the same color, but I'm gonna use that so it glides and we get all the highlights. So we'll be back after I do that color. All right, so the green's done. You can see it's watered down, so it automatically highlighted. So tabletop ready, you can just keep going, but I'm painting these up for the rule book and different promotional shots, so I'm gonna go in and use the white highlights you can see as a guideline and actually enhance them with some paint. First though, I'm gonna do something easy. I'm gonna go use Contrast Black Templar from Citadel, from Games Workshop, and I'm gonna do all the weaponry. Really cool. So, all right, we'll be back. So, all right, so now we got my little messy painting table. So I went in there and I did some contrast black on. I did the soles, not the soles, the leather parts of the boots. And I did all the weapon systems. So it's looking cool. So now I'm gonna go back in there. So where's my green? Find my, so I got my Castellan green. I'm gonna add that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back. So like if you're just doing tabletop ready, just the watered down Castrian green or the contrast paint. I don't know what the equivalent is, but it's like that army olive drab Vietnam kind of color. So that I end up using Castellan green airbrush paint, which they don't make anymore, but I like to paint with it because it's almost like a thick contrast paint, but it's thin. Well, what I'm gonna do, so you'd be good, but since I want to try to paint these at the highest level I can, so I'm actually gonna see how like the white, I'm gonna actually use it as a guide for where the highlights need to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try on this guy first. I'm gonna take a little white, just a tad bit of little white, squeeze it on my dirty table. That's actually a lot of white, but I'm gonna use it. Actually, I'm gonna use a different brush. But I'm gonna. So I got the white. I used Vallejo Game Color. I'm gonna take a bunch of this. And I'll put it here. Put it on my palette. And I'm gonna drag some of the white in there and mix it. Actually, so I want it pretty green. I should take a little more white. Use that as my highlight. All right, so that should be good. We'll give it a little bit of water. You don't want to make it too wet. So, and so now I can go in there, and now you can see. Yep. So I'm pretty much just tracing over all that white. And you don't have to get every spot, but the top of the knee. So you can see I'm just enhancing the highlights that are kind of already there. So I have this state-of-the-art, super professional camera stand right there. So going in there. So we're gonna do the flesh color in a bit. We'll do the backpack and get it in there. So see, boom, just blocking it in. A little bit of the sleeve. So it's coming out cool, man. Yeah, this guy, the dude that sculpted these did an awesome job. So we're doing all this before we go in there and do the tiger stripes. Just tapping it in. Really cool. Just keeping it wet. I have a little bit of water on my palette. I'm just, oh, that's a little too much. Just add a little green. Let's see. It's a little much, a little too much. So I'm just tapping a little green on there. But get a little on the gun by accident. And you just go in there. Just try to be neat. Neat actually works pretty good. So the rim. So yeah, man, you can see I'm starting to come along really cool. You see that sleeve up there? It's pretty awesome. So all right, I'm gonna continue through and pile through all 6 of these guys. We'll be back with the next step. So this is just Castellan green or an olive drab green from any other paint with white mixed in to highlight the already greenish color there. All right, stay tuned to the next step. Use a little Athrax Earthshade. We're gonna go in there and just go in there with some Athrax Earthshade, and we're gonna go into some of the shadows and stuff. But instead of just like wiping the whole thing down, we're gonna kind of like do it very directedly. So we're kind of like, it's almost kind of like panel lighting a Gundam. You can hear my killer dogs in the background. See what I'm doing? I'm just kind of like going underneath and just adding a shadow, getting between the equipment, just make it kind of make it pop a little bit. And get in there. There's where his gun is. There. And there's belt. His pocket. I almost had a heart attack. I thought I might have had gloss. That was the one thing that sucked. So there's a couple of miniatures. I used Athrax Earthshade gloss. I meant to do just the shade, so I had to go back and hit it. So yeah, so pretty much tracing under all the shadow points. So all right, I'm gonna just cut through all these dudes, and we'll be right back. All right, so here's the CIA guy, the spook. So you see how I did, it's still wet, but you can see I did all the shadows with that stuff. So pretty cool. So now we're gonna go in with white. I used to be a big, just paint everything like a flesh color and go back and wash it and highlight it, but I kind of like just using the, what do you call it? Contrast paint now. So we're gonna go in there. So this guy, yeah. So we're gonna do face paint on some of the guys, and let me see here. Just tap it in. Get in there, get his hand. He's also got some wood stock there for the RPD. It's cool how like this guy looks just like the artwork in my my illustrations for the game. This guy's gonna be flesh colored, but the other guys are gonna have green faces. But I use a paint for the green faces. It works pretty good. All right, so that's enough. I'm trying to keep it clean, so I don't have to go back in there. So this guy. You can actually just put a contrast over it right now, it'd be fine, but I want it to pop a little bit. Fuzz in there. How the heck did I get that fuzz in there? I think I got it. The camera makes it look so bleached out. His hands. This guy's a little submachine gun. Good. All right. We'll be back. I'm gonna finish the squad out. All right, so these guys are all painted in white. Just waiting for them to dry. So, clean this brush out real quick. All right, so I am going to use these contrasts, kill him in his flesh. This one's let's see if this one. Looking good. So we'll go back and do some highlights if we need to be. I'm actually just gonna hit the stock of the gun with it too, because we'll go back there and highlight it. So everybody else is gonna have green faces. The CIA guy, he's gonna stay flesh colored just to kind of differentiate him. It is a fantasy game, so it doesn't have to be too completely accurate. Later on, we're gonna have like different weapons and stuff that you can get, and, you know, like sci-fi, some of the science fiction guns that in this weird war world that these guys have. So, but these are just the prototype dudes in the starting set, because like the set is going to be able to make standard MAC V SOG guys, and then you're going to be able to weird war them out a little bit with different weapons. The Russians are going to have, so like testicoil rifles and stuff like that. All right, so this guy, he's gonna have a green face, so I'm kind of just leaving his face bare white. And then these guys, he has his wrist shown. These guys are gonna have green faces. So the way I paint my green faces is I use contrast. I use Blake Bear contrast, so it's like a greenish gross yellow green. So it's kind of what I like to do. So we'll do this guy. So we're gonna go back with detail brush and give black stripes, and actually we're gonna do a second layer to kind of darken it up, but that's cool because it gives it like a contrast. You can tell it separates. So same thing with this guy. Give him the green face. Devils with green faces. So once this dries, we'll go back and give him another hit with the same contrast paint, darken up a little bit. If you want to just do the OD green uniform, you could literally stop now. But we're going to give him the tiger stripes. So, reading the books by John Stryker Myers, like Across the Fence and stuff, some of the guys who didn't wear, like Stryker Myers specifically said, even though all his photos, he's got a lot of tiger stripes, they wouldn't wear it in the jungle. He would just wear the OD greens. So, when they did photos, they'd put the tiger stripes on, but so he was in Team RT Idaho, but there was a bunch of other ones too. So this one's not quite dry yet, but we'll hit it again. So we'll be back. Actually, here, let's do this. We do snakebite leather. We'll do some of their hair. Okay, that guy doesn't have any hair. Give this guy tap his mustache in. Very cool. Yeah, I like contrast paints, man. You can, with that slap chop method, they friggin', that's how I've been painting all my armies. I'm gonna go back and just hit this, hit the wooden stock on the cut down RPD. Very cool. God. Sergeant Hines. Paint his goatee a little bit. Tapping those sideburns. Pretty cool. And just keep going. This dude's cigar. And then so coming along. All right, we'll let these dry, and then we're gonna do tiger stripes. All right, for tiger stripes, we're gonna use this beige, this brown XV8 battle suit. So these are gonna go nice and slow. I'm gonna just do like these crazy lines. You don't want to do the equipment. You just want to make them go, they all kind of like went the same way. Just kind of go like that. You need references, you can go find them online. Such a cool piece of color type of camouflage. These guys are going to be fighting some crazy Vietnam, all these crazy creatures and NVA and Soviets with werewolves and vampires and all types of friggin' crazy. The different squads you can have and the different factions are pretty cool. So yeah, so that's gonna be the first color. We're gonna follow it up with like a bone and then black. Really happy how these are coming out. These are coming out pretty kick-ass. So, all right, we'll be back when I get more done, but that's how it looks so far. All right, next color we're gonna use Xandri Dust. So I'm gonna use some of this. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna just take it and you're gonna go adjacent. You're gonna go adjacent to the tiger stripes. And just trace them. Pretty cool. All right, we will be back. All right, so now we're gonna do the moment we've been waiting for. So we got those get the dark brown and the light brown stripes and see them come together. So now we're gonna do the friggin' base Abaddon black. Give this a good shake. A little water in there, make it flow. All right, this is like the most tedious. You want to get nice, like sharp. Giving him the stripes on his face. And then you continue it, do the pattern on his clothes. You want to do nice and thin. You want to do nice and thin, so you friggin' the most concentration I would say is to be on these black stripes. Because if you like glob it in and it looks kind of wacky, it's really gonna miss it. It's gonna miss the look. So just kind of trace like right on or underneath the ones you just did with the browns. You can see it all coming together. So see how I did his face. So now it actually brought the darkness down. You still got the highlights from the contrast paint, so nice and control. Just make sure you have like it's wet, so it just flows just right, and you can tap back in some of the black areas again. So that's really looking cool, pretty. So they didn't have tiger stripe equipment. I mean, you could do whatever you want because it's weird war, it's fantasy Vietnam, but trying to keep a little bit of realism. So Pretty cool. So it's all coming together. So, all right, we'll be back when I finish the rest of the level. All right, so this is with them added with the tiger stripes. So I did the black. You could see I did the cross. Oop. You can see how I did the cross pattern on their faces. Oop, keep snapping to that. There you go. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. And there's the CIA guy. I didn't give him any face paint or anything because he's too cool for that. But these guys, this guy came out really cool. So, but yeah, so it's three. That's the way I do tiger stripes. That 3-layer process. So now I'm gonna go in and use some gray to highlight the gun. Do some dark gray, highlight the rifle and some of the equipment. So pretty cool. I think we might go back in there with a lighter green and just hit some of the highlights on the equipment. So coming along, we'll be back. All right, the next part we're gonna paint the bases brown and go in there and do some gray on the weaponry. Get in there, and we'll do some metal. This antenna, I dropped them tragically. So, but I'm gonna try to fix that. I'm gonna add see if I can add a plastic whip. All right, stay tuned. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get some gray. Let's find some dark gray. I'm gonna use some Mechanicus Standard Gray. I actually like this color a lot. Shake it up. Get the tip a little wet. There we go. So the weapon's black. Get there in focus. All right. So what I do is I take a dark gray and I just try to highlight the top. There you go, just tapping it in. So we're just kind of like edge highlighting little bits there. So actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do the gives it a callus. Give it. I was just looking at my calluses on my hands. And then I'm gonna add a little black to his highlight his toe. So pretty cool. Do the next one. You guys got M4. Can't wait to get these in plastic, man. These are gonna be awesome. So this too, same thing. I'm just edge highlighting the top, the handle, carrying handle, little silencer, the extra magazine. Just hitting it, and then up top, just tapping in some of the lines to give it a little. Tapping it in, giving it a little. And we'll give it a little top on the toe. CIA guy. So. I hit his sunglasses. I'll just tap it in. So Awesome Miniatures is the company and the gentleman who is doing these figures, and he's doing some awesome job. But I was just looking, he sent me his painted guys. His guys look really good. Giving me a run for my money, man. I've definitely become, I've always been kind of a what do you call it, tabletop standard army painter guy. Like I like painting big armies and stuff, so it's definitely a talent. He's definitely doing. Actually, you know what? We'll hit this with this gray. I got to repair that because I dropped it like a goof. So, and his mustache didn't take the contrast paint is kind of came down a bit, so I got to go back there. Toes, toe. All right, let's get this edge of the barrel. I'm actually gonna, when I do the bullets on this guy, I'm gonna actually hit the barrel. You got the carry handle. Very cool. Cool. This guy's got a smoke grenade, which I'm going to do gray. So I watered down actually the paint. So he's tossing some smoke. In the game, you can arm your guys with different types of grenades and thermite and smoke grenades and chemical grenades and all types of stuff. So same thing, him. Threw a little on there. Just tapping it in. This stand sucks. You can also use this gray as a highlight on some of the, if there's a piece of camouflage that's on a crease that's black, use the gray as a highlight. Just tap it in right there. So what I like to do is I like to do that with the weapons, and then I'll come when I do my silver, I like to do silver on the barrel, the tip of the barrel, so it gives like that shine. Got the machete over here. It's a piece I could do this one. That's actually exposed, so we'll do that gray. We'll go back and hit it with some metal. Very cool. Let me go back and fix that. Got the snake bite leather. Just this guy's mustache again. There you go. Darken it up a little bit. Very cool. Actually, let's see here. We'll use a little IDF green. It's an airbrush paint, so it's pretty thin, but we'll just see if it Let's see if it adds a little something. This is Vallejo. Yep. Yeah, we'll just look at that. So extra couple of lines in there to break it up. It's actually looking good. Get a little fuzzle in there. Yep, it's gone. Pretty awesome. All right, I'm just gonna finish highlighting these guys and then I'm gonna come back with metal. So stay tuned. All right, so now this is them with IDF green, and I used it to highlight so you could see. Went back and cleaned it up a little bit. So now I'm gonna take Iron Warriors, and I'm just gonna hit the tips of the barrels and like the bullets and stuff like that. We'll be back. All right, so that has been added. So now we're gonna go and use we'll use some metallic, some of this gold color, and I'm gonna hit the casings on his the ammo belt for the M60. All right, that is complete. So now I'm gonna go back and do the bases. We are gonna use a watered down dryad bark. All right, so now we got the base painted, the dry. So now we're gonna do a little dry brushing. Let's see here. So I'm just gonna take a little of this, little XV8 battle suit brown paint, whatever. And we're just gonna do a light draw brushing. So I'm actually not gonna flock these. I'm just gonna do some bushes and stuff, but you can let some of the mud, that color, come up. So up the pants. Let's see. Come up a little bit on the pants. So we'll be back with that, and then once this dries, I'm gonna do a black rim on all of them. All right, so the last part is gonna be the black rim. Have it on black. The last one's gonna do some Abaddon black. Just take a nice large brush. So I actually like to write names on these guys for like Mordheim and some of these other skirmish games. I actually give them names, and then it's easier to keep track of them. I do it in Necromunda too, but I'm gonna do a bunch of photography with these guys. But so there you go, nice and finished. The last thing we'll do is we're gonna jungle tough these guys out. Put a bunch of so just gonna go through. right, we'll be back. All right, so now that these guys are done, I am going to add some tufts. So got these with a tweezer, some Zap-A-Gap. I'm gonna add jungle them out a little bit. Press it down, let it dry. So there you go. Some I want these guys pre-jungled out. Press and hold, let go. So they came out pretty cool, man. You could see them in the pretty awesome. Like how they came out. So really cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Paint your red jungle MAC V SOG, guys. So hats off, thanks again to Awesome Miniatures. So like and subscribe to his page, and he's got some awesome stuff coming out soon. And you know, our Kickstarters will be launching pretty much side by side. So we'll have the rules and he'll have the miniatures, and also too, it's a miniature agnostic, so you don't have to feel you have to do you know, you can do what you want. So there's a lot of room for interpretation on different units and stuff like that. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe for more content and keep up to date. And there's a Facebook group too for Red Jungle. It's still pretty early, but definitely jump on there for the latest updates. Everybody take care and happy gaming.